Hey guys, I want to come on here and talk about make it last forever. And I'm talking about couples. So this message is out there for those couples, for those marriages that are struggling, okay? Guys, God has shown me many things, and there's spiritual things that unless you are born of God and have His Spirit living in you, then you will not be able to know what spiritual things are like, because only the Spirit of God, which is the Spirit of truth, can show you all things. And those that are walking in the light and have the Spirit of God living in them will also come to the same conclusion. So I wanna come on here and tell you that there's two ways in your relationship. Okay, you can either do it your way, which is gonna fail eventually. That's why you're having a hard time in your marriage and in your relationship, or you can do it God's way, and God's way is perfect. God's way never fails. Okay, so that's your choice. It is not God's choice, and it is not a choice that comes from a third person outside of your relationship. It comes from you and your partner. It's a mutual thing, because when it comes to a relationship, it's not only one body, but it's two bodies that become one. They become one body. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is spiritually. Okay, things that you cannot see. It's a spiritual world. The enemy comes to kill, rob, and destroy. Okay, it's against every family, against every marriage, against every relationship. If you don't grab onto the hand of God and you don't let Him show you all truth and abide in Him, abide in His Spirit that lives in you, you will not be able to see all these spiritual things, and the enemy will sooner or later kill and rob and destroy your relationship. Okay, relationships and families. I myself, I was married before I came to Christ. I was married, and the enemy robbed my marriage. He destroyed my marriage, and I didn't see what was happening back then. I could only see from the eyes that I have here in the world. I could see like just problems that every relationship has, but I didn't have spiritual eyes, so I wasn't able to see what was really going on until I came to God with a repentant heart, and He baptized me with His Spirit. Then He showed me what was really happening in my relationship that the enemy had destroyed. Okay, and I'm just coming on here because I don't want you to be another relationship, another marriage that is going to lead in the same way, because God is He came here to help us, to give us life and give it to us abundantly. And I'm just out here trying to share this with you. If you're a couple and you're living together and you're not married, or you're having premarital sex, okay, sex outside of marriage, the first thing you need to do is repent. You need to repent. You need to, because you got to obey God, and if you don't obey God, it's clear what the commandments He has for us, then it's already not going to work, because you're not obeying Him. So before anything, you have to come to God and repent with an open heart, and cry out to Him. Cry out to Him that you want to save your marriage, that you want Him to save your marriage, that you want Him to show you what is really going on in your relationship, in your marriage, that is not working out. Okay, so if you're already disobeying God by living with your boyfriend or girlfriend outside of marriage, that's already a sin. If you're having sex in your relationship outside of marriage, that's already a sin. And again, guys, these are spiritual things. When you sin, you're opening up the doors to the enemy to come in, and that's when they're gonna come, kill, rob, and destroy. So the first thing you got to do is repent. Pray, talk to God, cry out to God, tell Him that you want your relationship to work because you love that person, and to show you the truth about what really is going on in your relationship. Ask Him to give you His Spirit, and His Spirit will give you spiritual eyes that you're really gonna see what's going on in that relationship. Okay, because like I said, every family, every relationship, every marriage Satan has demonic chains around us, it's chains that go from generation to generation to generation. And the only one that can break these demonic chains against your relationship, against your marriage, is the only God. It's only the power and the Spirit of God, okay? And if you do not submit to God and cry out to Him, then it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better no matter how much you say you're going to change, no matter how much your partner says they're going to change. It's not going to work because you're going to do it your way. And remember, if you want to do it your way, sooner or later it will fail. But if you do it God's way, it will never fail because God will give you the strength and He will show you and He will teach you. Okay? So, the first thing you got to do is repent. Cry out to God if you're doing things wrong. If you're doing things your way, cry out to God as one, as individuals, that you really want your relationship to work out, your marriage to work out. Okay? Submit to Jesus as individuals. Start a personal relationship together with Jesus, that means you and your partner pray together to God to come bless your marriage, to come heal your marriage, to break every demonic chain, spiritual chains that are around your marriage. So it's by submitting to God, okay? It's not by woman submitting to the husband or the woman submitting to man. I mean, I'm not talking about religion right now. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about you and your partner submitting to Jesus and only Jesus every day of your lives, okay? To be able to work out your marriage and make it last forever. So submit to Jesus, have a personal relationship with Him as individuals. So that means your boyfriend or your girlfriend will have their relationship with God, and you yourself will have your relationship with God. And when you join together, you can also pray together and ask God to come in your lives and just, continue that relationship with God. Continue that relationship with God. Pray, pray. Ask Him the truth about what's really going on. Make God the base of the pyramid, because it's, the marriage, if you're in a relationship and you care about this person, eventually wanting to marry this person, it's a pyramid, it's like a cake. You got to make God the base of your marriage. He has to be the base of your marriage. If you do not make God the base of your relationship and your marriage, it will collapse. It will collapse. I don't care if you've been together for a year, 9 months, 10, 20, 30 years. It's going to collapse sooner or later. And you're going to be living together unhappy, truly unhappy with each other, which is not the best thing to do. When you're with someone for so many years, you really want to be happy from the inside and out, and only God can give you that happiness. So you have to make God the base of your marriage, okay? Submitting to Jesus as individuals, having a personal relationship with Jesus as individuals, asking Him for the Spirit of truth, which is Himself, as individuals, and then coming together to God as one, asking Him to bless your marriage, okay? And that's basically it, guys. You gotta really submit to God. You gotta have a personal relationship with God together as one, that He may be able to break those demonic spiritual chains that are against your family, against your marriage. Because like I said, the enemy only came here to kill, rob, and destroy your marriage, destroy your family. And that's not what God intended. He did not make us to come to this world for those reasons, okay? He did not want that. He came to give us life and give it to us abundantly, okay? And also, if you're committed in a relationship, in a marriage, it is God's commandment that, what God has joined together, let no man separate. Because when you're married, you become one flesh. You become one. Just like when you have the Spirit of God living in you, the Spirit of God is God Himself, and the individual becomes one in God. We are one. Just like a marriage is one. It's all one. So, I come on here to expose to you that it's not just it's not just reasons that this world gives you that your marriage is struggling, because, oh, this person is in this way and that person is in that way, and, just pointing at each other's fingers, who's right and who's wrong. No, that's, it's not. Yeah, some of it is, but the bottom, the fact of the bottom is that it is spiritual reasons. Okay, there's an enemy in this world, and their job is to come, kill, and destroy families, relationships, humans, and God himself wants to help you. He wants to help you. He wants you to grab onto his hand, walk with him in a relationship, and let him teach you all truth, like he has taught me. Okay, I'm putting this out there for you because I care. I have seen many relationships end, and many marriages end because of, including mine, because of lack of wanting to do things God's way. Okay, so if you want to do it your way, then it's just gonna fail. But if you grab onto God as one, and you let him show you all truth, and you walk with him, he will teach you what it really is. And I pray that your marriage or relationship, that it lasts, because, if you don't have love in your relationship, then that means that you don't have God in your relationship, because God is love. All right? God is love, and you need love in your relationship. You need God in your relationship. He is the base of your marriage. He is the base of your life in general. Make him your base of your marriage and your relationship, and make it last forever. God bless you.